Hello, I'm so glad you're here. It is time to start thinking about the new year. It's time to start thinking about making 2025 the year that you really come out and do the things that you want to do. If you've been holding back, this is the episode for you. I'm just going to walk through a few things that I do to prepare for my year each year. And I'm also giving away my planner that is, in my opinion, one of the best planners you can ever use because it's certainly not just writing down your goals. It is a full evaluation process that is so good to go through before you start thinking about planning for your new year. So stick around, and this one you're going to want to grab a pen and paper because I have questions to spur your thought process and get to the nitty-gritty of what you want to do to get ready for the most confident, beautiful 2025 of a new year that you can dream up. Let's go. Welcome to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast. I'm on a quest to help you find the most confident version of you. I help women become the most authentic version of themselves by helping them find clarity around who they are and who they want to be. My goal is to help women sift through all that noise that they have in their head about who they should be or who they shouldn't be and create a plan to be exactly who they want to be. You don't have to continue to live with anxiety, high stress, and overwhelm. You can, little by little, get back to a place of peace and live with more contentment than you ever thought possible. You don't have to merely survive day to day. There is a life waiting for you, thriving. Grab your coffee, your favorite colored pen, and a pad of paper because we're headed out to find your confidence today. Can you believe we are already the first week of December and we are rapidly approaching the end of the year and what we'll all celebrate as the new year of 2025. This is the part of the year that you get to enjoy the holidays, your friends, your family, and do the things that are a little bit more relaxing. You might eat a little extra sweet stuff. You might give up exercise for a few weeks. You might just allow yourself the freedom to do some things you normally would not do. That's fine and dandy, but I'm going to encourage you to do one other thing that you may not have done in the past, and that is to evaluate 2024, or if you're listening to this another time, the year previous. The reason it's important to do this is it's kind of like your GPS. If you don't put in where you're going for 2025, you will end up some random place. And sometimes that place will be amazing, but other times you will be really disappointed. So, in order to get exactly where you want to go, you need to consider where you've been or where is your starting point, and then where are you going? And this is exactly what happens with this little evaluation. So first of all, I'm going to give you questions to get you thinking about what was 2024 like and how would I like to make 2025 better if you do. And if 2024 was all that in a bag of chips, maybe you just want to hit repeat, and that is fine too. But I encourage you to go to my download. It's in the links in the show notes, and download the planner. It goes through so much more than what we'll talk about today. It's also a great place to start if you're considering coaching because it digs deep into what some doubts you have, what some fears you have, those kinds of things to get really into the mindset you have to get to the confident person you want to be. Without further ado, let's go through some questions. First and foremost, what worked for you in 2024? Did you hit some goals? For me, I like to think about 2024 and what did I accomplish in 2024? Well, for one, I stuck to my goal to podcast for one full year, which, to be honest, there were a few moments in June of 2024 that I truly wanted to throw in the towel. No lie. In June of 2024, I highly contemplated, do I just give this up? People weren't downloading the show as much. Things seemed to be off for me about what I wanted to talk about. I just really wanted to walk away, but I remembered I set a goal at the beginning of the year, or actually the year before in 2023, to go one full year of podcasting. And I am so glad I did because my numbers from June to July actually doubled. And so I find it funny because I was ready to give up right before things would turn around. And I find that that happens oftentimes with My clients, if there's something they really want, we want to give up right before it's going to hit that goal marker. So evaluate what really worked. Like, did you stick in it? And for me, I did. I stuck through it, and I am so proud of myself that I did that. So for me, that would be that worked. It worked to set a goal and to stick to it. I want to do that again in 2025. Probably my goals are going to be bigger around my podcast, but it's the same premise, right? So think about it. What worked for you? Was there something at work, at your job, or your career that really worked for you this year? Did you enjoy the hours you worked? Did you enjoy the people you worked with? Did you enjoy the work-life balance? Did you enjoy how close it was to your home? Or maybe did you enjoy the type of work you did? Did you enjoy your family? Was your family really close this year? And did they attend gatherings together? Did you have a solid relationship with your spouse? For me, it's really important to have connection with my family. And did I do everything I could do to be with my family and hang out with my family? All of those things are things that I'm looking over for 2024. Did they work or did they not work? Is there something I want to change? Then you could do the same process with what didn't work. What didn't work? Did you not like your job? Did you not enjoy time with family? Did you not make time to do the things you wanted to do? If you didn't, for instance, if you didn't focus on self-care and you really noticed that you're suffering for not giving yourself that self-care, rather if it's mentally or physically, what didn't work in 2024? The reason we look at this, what worked and what didn't work, is to give us kind of a baseline of where we want to go in the future. Then we're going to use the same question I've repeated over and over and over in my coaching and in my podcast. And that is, what will I like to do better next time? What can I do better? What can I do with more commitment, more focus, more energy, more whatever? What could I do better next time? Could I just be present instead of sitting on my phone the whole time when I'm visiting my family? Or could I take advantage of the time, my downtime, and do a class or something to improve my speaking skills or my grammar or something that I want to do? Maybe I want to learn how to play an instrument, or maybe I want to learn a language. Could I take the 10 minutes that I'm sitting in line waiting to pick up my child, or when I'm sitting at the doctor's office or whatever? What are the down times that I could take advantage of instead of just scrolling on the phone? I know not everyone scrolls on the phone, but it has become such an addiction for so many people. And it's something that when I'm out and about, I see people just sitting on their phones when they have people right in front of them. That is something I absolutely want to change for myself and for anybody that I love. So, what can I do better next time? This next question is a little interesting, but it really works for me. What do I want to drop completely? Is there something that is taking up my time, my energy, my focus? Is there a thing or two that I need to just drop? And for me, one of those things is I have a tendency to get on my phone when I get into bed. I've tried to drop this several times throughout 2024, but I am committed that in 2025, I'm going to go to bed at a certain time and I am not taking my phone into the room with me. I have a place already picked out where that's going to go. And it's simply just for my mental health and for my physical health as well. I can go down rabbit holes and research and do things when truthfully, I need to focus and put that on my calendar and do that another time. And also, it's not good for my body. I notice that my arms hurt, my shoulders hurt, my thumb, just my muscles hurt from laying in bed and scrolling on my phone. So this is an example of something you might give up completely, and everybody's is going to be different. It could be candy that you have every day at lunch. It could be going for Starbucks drinks because they're not healthy and they're expensive. It could be whatever is on your list that you think you need to get rid of. Then I'm going to ask you this question, which I love this question, and it is so good. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for, if you think about it, is very interesting. If something were to happen to you and you are visualizing somebody else giving your eulogy, that's a crazy thought. But what if you hear someone talk about you? What do you want them to say about you? Do you want them to focus on what you look like, how you made them feel, the contribution you gave to the community, how you treated your family, what you accomplished as a business owner? what do you want to be known for? And once you have that piece of information, it gives you a lot of headway for what kind of goals or what kind of aspirations you're going to have for 2025. Great question. Let me know specifically when you answer those questions. I would love to hear about them. I'll post on Instagram and give you an opportunity to give me the feedback on that one. The next question I have for you is, how can you proactively become her or him if you happen to be a male? If you want to be known for something or somehow you want to be known a certain way, how can you proactively become that person? Is there something that you need to do that will help you become that person? My guess is yes, there probably is. There's probably something that you would need to change. For instance, and this is not my goal, but what if your goal was to be known for how fit you were? Clearly, you would have to build in eating right, exercising right, eating out. There would be all these things that you would need to focus on. Consider the same things around whatever it is that you want to be known for. How do you proactively become that person? Then, is there anything you want to add to this coming year? Is there anything that you didn't do at all in 2024 that you want to add into 2025 and make sure you accomplish it or do it? Maybe you would like to read more books, which is something I've always loved books. But one thing I've noticed is that I get more and more tired when I try to read a book at night. I'm falling asleep quicker, so I don't get as many books read that I would like to or that I did when I was younger. I could read 3 or 4 books in a month when I was younger, and I simply don't even get that accomplished oftentimes in a year. But recently, I had a friend walk me through Audible books, and my brother has talked to me about it before, and I just never really wanted to do that. But I'm actually considering that for 2025 because I have the desire to read more books. That is an example of anything that you want to add to this coming year. Could it be exercise? Could it be more time with your children? Could it be a date night with your husband so you get one-on-one time? It could be family game night that you add to your calendar if you have never done that with your family. There are all different ways you could add something to your calendar for 2025. It could be something as simple as taking more vacations, and maybe it's just smaller vacations. Whatever it is, write that down. The last question I will talk about today, but certainly not the last question I consider each year, but the one I'll talk about today is there anything educationally that I want to learn in more depth? And the reason I really question this or look into this is that there are so many programs, free, paid, or otherwise, that you can really get into the knowledge of something if you have interest. And when you really dive into something and get more information and knowledge around it, it is something that ignites a fire in you and can become super, super healthy for you by doing something different, creating different relationships, adding to the relationship that you already have with friends and family because it gives you something new to talk about. There's just so many ways that question can help you go into a different level of knowledge. So let's end with that, but I am only ending there because I could go on forever with questions. But I really encourage you to go into the process of evaluating your past year, considering what you really want and what is going on for you. And then I want you to download the success planner that I have because it goes much deeper into what kind of doubts you have, what are your fears, what insecurities you have, what kind of triggers you have that keep you from achieving the things you want to achieve. That is on a different process that's further down the road. The first part of these questions were more about getting your brain a little fuel to start thinking about what it is that you want, where you've been, what worked, what didn't work, what can you do differently now, what do you want to do differently now, and what you want to add and what you want to take away. And then if you download the planner, you will go through the process of DIRT, which is what I coined and call it, and that is your doubts, insecurities, resistance, and your triggers, because those are the things that keep you from accomplishing all the things that you want to accomplish. Start with the questions that we talk about today, download the planner, and go through the planner. And then once you get into the planner, you may find out you recognize some things that are holding you back or consistently holding you back, and that is where I come in as a coach. I help people work through that. I am going to offer a quick review your planner session, and I'll announce that in the next couple weeks. So look out for that, but that will be a way for you to get feedback and work on whatever's holding you back or what has held you back in the past to reach those goals. So enjoy this process. Please continue enjoying your holiday season. I hope you stay safe and healthy, and I look forward to seeing you here next week. And you will be so excited because I have an interview that I will be posting with a financial coach, and I think we all want financial help, right? Join me back here next week. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Hey, I want to thank you for listening in to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast. I really hope you learned something valuable today. Can you do me the biggest favor? Right now, could you share the show with 3 people you know that might enjoy listening in? If you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you took the time to leave a rating or review. This helps people just like you find the podcast so they can also get great fun tips about confidence. Then don't forget, come back each week and we will keep giving out little tips for how to increase your confidence, how to ditch that self-doubt and stop your negative thought patterns so you can get back to your crazy confident self and pursue your biggest dreams fearlessly. See you next week. Love you big.